Welcome to another episode of Christian Podcast. My name is Beto and Mili. I'm here with my wife, Mili, and our friends, Amy and Riley,
Yes.
mother and son.
Yes.
Super fun to have you guys again. Well, have you, Amy, again.
Thank
and now
you.
with your son. It's so cool.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about vision.
Yes.
We're going to talk about our experience with
Yes.
last year's vision event.
Yes.
And then we're going to invite people to have vision.
Yes. This is
look
my
good either
first
way.
time doing a podcast with Riley, and I'm so thankful to have met Millie and you, and I'm just so thankful for this experience. And I love your studio. This
Yes.
is amazing.
It's
Everyone should come to the studio. This is first class.
Oh, you're so kind.
Thank you so much.
Really
Well,
good.
this is the whole story is tied, like the studio story is tied to the vision event.
Are you serious? I can't wait to hear
100%.
this.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Tell
No,
us.
first I want to
Oh, okay.
Riley, welcome. I don't know if you
Introduce yourself, Riley.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm Riley. I'm Amy's son. And I don't know what else there is to say.
Well, tell us how you got connected to what you've been doing in the vision events and what you're going to do this year.
I've been speaking. And this year, I think I'm just introducing you and doing the music, right? So
Yep.
instead of speaking. But usually I speak about how to live in the moment and why it's important to stay informed about our beliefs.
That's right. And also tell us a little bit about your experience this year. I wanted you to share about part of your vision was to go off and kind of have your own moment in time
Yeah.
and how you did that.
Yeah, I think it's really important to stay connected to our spiritual practices, and I think a lot of people do that differently. But I felt very tired from school, and I was struggling to find a middle way to balance, having an appreciation for life and not being stressed out all the time. So at the end of my school year last year, I scheduled a 2-night meditation retreat, a silent retreat where I fasted and meditated for both the 2 days, and it just really helped me reconnect with my practice and what I feel like is important with life. So that's kind of what the vision event helped me to do.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so the vision event was in December.
Right. Last year, you came to
Last
one
year
of my vision
in
events.
December, so 2024.
Yep.
And then the vision we have these different tools to kind of just cast vision for the next year.
Right.
So I was really helpful, and I remember you bring in scripture where people without vision perish, right? So I always knew vision is scriptural. There's a vision is important,
Yeah.
right? And then I had been, this year I've been in America 20 years. October 31st marks 20 exact years
Wow.
in America.
Congratulations.
So I felt wow, this 20 years, that's a big year, right? As a kind of an anniversary. That was really important. So with the vision event, you know how you bring what's your word for the year?
Yes.
And I don't remember Mili. I think Mili's was balance or something like that. But mine was radical. Stability. Yeah, Mili's was stability. Mine was radical.
Wow.
And that was really cool because it informed me on how to make some of the decisions for the year, right? So we started the year with, Mili always goes into a fast, usually at the beginning of the year. And she's the one that kind of set the example for me where she's Beto, I'm going to fast. She started, I think, with 7 days, and then it turned into 11.
You're so mad at me.
And then at some point it turned into 25.
My goal
I'm
was 40, okay?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's a
so,
lot.
Yeah, I don't think that's safe.
Don't do it if God is not asking you to do that.
And even if he is, it's still a little questionable.
It's questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fasting is,
Yes.
it's, I was a little bit like you, I was skeptical. So I'm I did a 3-day fast, maybe sometime in 2024 or 2023. I knew Mili was going to do a 21-day fast starting in January. So I'm okay, Mili, I think I'm called to do seven days. So also I've done 3, 7 is wow, right?
Yeah.
And as the days came, right, because we started right on January 1st, I just felt God saying, wasn't your word radical? right?
Ooh.
And like radical, yeah, radical would be like 21 sounds radical.
Yeah, honestly, you're radical.
So, so I did 21 days.
Wow.
And it was
water?
something, just water. I mean, we made like a concoction of water. And
One day you felt bad, right?
the third day,
You was dying.
I fainted. And then I'm like, okay, this is a no-go. Like, I'm not going to do this. This is sick.
But it's
This-
normal
this-
No, I agree.
for someone
Right?
who never does that.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
think
it's
it
like,
helps you to like build up
Yes,
to it a little
yes.
bit, you know?
like
You're
unplugging
detoxing
from
all
the
the
sugar
body,
just like that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
insane,
just like
right? So I
that
think
is-
my body was like, so on the third day I
I did a
fainted.
bomb. So like
And
that
I-
will be enough, and tomorrow you will continue.
I was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna do this. But then Mili gave me, so like on some days, let's say I cheated by drinking orange juice. So that was kind of like the cheat day.
Okay.
When I
The
felt like,
sugar
okay,
that
this
you
is
need.
too much.
Right.
The orange juice
Yeah.
was kind of like the helpful thing to do. But normally we would just drink water with cayenne pepper and lime. That was like the meal. Right. So if you were hungry, that's your meal.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, Mili, I'm hungry. Here's your meal. But it was all because, okay, the vision is radical, right? So I'm gonna live a radical year. So it started like that.
Wow.
And then
Did you have a scripture to attach to your word?
I don't remember necessarily like
Just the word. The word
yeah,
was
just the word radical. And but we were reading scripture a lot during the 21-day fast. And at the end, so this is, so in one of the days of the fast, I actually had a guy on the podcast out of nowhere. He just reached out and he's like, hey, I want to record a podcast. And he's in like Pennsylvania. So he booked the studio to be remotely recording. Okay, so anything you can do on your own Zoom account, like he could have done,
But hire us.
but he hired us, right? So I'm like, that's weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then,
Like you. Like I'm inviting you and you're paying like, huh? You're my guest.
yeah.
Right?
So his whole thing was, he wanted to talk about fasting. I'm like, but are you gonna talk to yourself on the camera, or what do you want? He's like, yeah, that's fine. Or you can be in it if you want. I'm like, well, I do this all the time, so if you want, I can ask you a few questions. So we started asking questions, and the whole thing was fasting. And
He was a doctor, okay?
he was a doctor in Pennsylvania. So basically, he was saying like all the good things about fasting, and then how it ties to like back in like biblical tradition and all these things. He's like Greek Orthodox. So he was sharing just like how grandiose fasting is. And this was at the end of our fasting. So I was like, wow, like I can totally see all the benefits you're talking about through the fast that we just did. And not only like physical benefits, because when you fast, like you're mentally focused, but then another benefit, which is I just attributed to the fasting, is like our YouTube channel. We had like one outlier video that started going viral on day 21. Like day 21. Day 21.
the day you were done with the fast.
Yes. It's like
At the end.
this just started like going like crazy. Like what? I mean, we don't have like a huge number of subscribers, but we grew from like 500 to like 2,500, something like that in like days.
Natural.
So it's like, wow. And so anyways, that was like one, like, okay, God is behind this, right? This is real. This is radical. And then in March, a friend said, hey guys, I got because I'm in a men's group. And he said, I got us permits to go to Mount Whitney. I'm like, that sounds cool. I didn't have any idea about like Mount Whitney or what it is. So for those people that don't know, it's like the highest peak
Yeah, that's
in
pretty-
continental US.
Right.
And it's not that far from here. I mean, it's only like 6 hours from here, plus the hiking, which is a lot.
Yeah, that's like another 20.
Yeah. But I'm like, sign me up. And then I signed myself and my kids to go to this thing.
Never.
And it was tied to this thing like, okay, I feel like I haven't done much in 20 years in America. And I feel like there's something to like this radical living this year. So I'm like, I'm going to this mountain, right? And I'm taking my kids. And I had a thing where growing up, my dad used to take me to a mountain, and it was the similar height back in Mexico. And anytime, somebody asks you, what's a fun memory that you have, or a place when they say, meditation or whatever, and they say, think of a place that brought you peace or joy. I always thought of the mountain in Mexico, going with my dad. Oh yeah, it's called Nevado de Colima. So I'm like, oh, Nevado de Colima, that's also, it's, I shouldn't say this, but it's also one of my answers, when they ask you for a password. And sometimes
you're like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's not my password. It's just one of the the answers.
It's okay. Nobody remembers now.
Yeah, and it usually has more than just one question. That's whatever. There's caps and lowercase to the answer.
Yeah, nobody try and find that
fine.
out.
Whatever. So anyways, I'm like, I gotta go to this mountain and got to start training because I haven't done any exercise in years. The last time I ran was like in 2013 or something. No, it was like 2015, something like that. I ran like the marathon, the half marathon in Huntington Beach.
Oh, nice.
I think it was like 2016. So it had been almost like 10 years without doing like proper anything, like running or anything. So I start training, quote unquote, right? So anyways, we go to a few mountains to train. So basically hike other mountains before you go to this big mountain, so you at least can have a feeling for what it is.
Right.
So every time we go to a mountain, I'm like, okay, water is essential. Food is essential. Having a backpack is essential.
Like a
Traveling light is essential because the first time, I show up with like 2 big jugs of water. I'm like, okay, I have water, and then carrying that for like miles.
But then it's not
like,
light.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is insane.
Yeah.
And then how they have hiking poles?
Yes.
So the first time I did it, I'm like, I don't need no hiking poles. That's for like, like woosies or whatever. Okay, so eventually I'm like, okay.
Balls.
Everybody needs hiking poles. Everybody needs water on their backpack. Everybody needs a backpack. Everybody needs layers. So I went and spent like all kinds of money on like buying the stuff for the kids. 'Cause I'm like, you can die on a mountain, right? Without having all these supplies.
Right.
So anyways, we did all the training, but in the training, my knee started having like this massive pain on the side. It's like the IT band.
Yeah.
I didn't know all these things, but I found out now. So I just had pain on my knee from the first hike I did, I guess for not doing it for so long. So on some of the trainings that we did, coming down, it was just like so much pain. Like I could barely walk. I'm like, my knee, like it was just so painful. And then the next week was like Mount Whitney. Right. So I'm going to Mount Whitney. I'm like, okay, I have the hiking poles. I have a knee brace. I have my water.
Yeah.
I have everything.
Yeah.
And then I just have to do it, because 20 years in America, like I got to accomplish something. And I felt like going to this peak meant something. So I bring my boys, my friends are there. They're saying like, how we're going to do it and all of that. And because it's coming out of spring, you got to do a different type of mountain hiking, which is through the mountaineering route. In a section of it is through the mountaineering route, which for those people who don't know, it's not the regular trail where you just walk.
Right.
It's a trail where you go on the mountain and go up, and it's covered in snow.
Oh my God.
So now you gotta wear like this additional equipment, like it's called crampons. So it's like a metal thing that holds on to the ice.
We've used those.
Yeah, and then you have a ice axe,
Yep.
so you can like punch on the ice.
Remember when we did this?
Yeah, we did this in Iceland
we
too.
did this in
Yeah,
Iceland.
we hiked a
The same-
glacier, but it was like not even half as hard.
Really?
Like we walked about 20 feet and then
Yeah.
came back because we had a lot of older
Did
people
we
in our
have
group.
an ice axe though?
Yeah, we
or
had,
just the
there was
crampers?
an axe. No,
There was?
There was an axe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's just
We
for
put
looks.
those things on our food.
Ours was just for looks to like look cool, but yours like
Yeah.
No,
I
it
thought
was.
mine was gonna be for that, but no, like you actually need all
Yeah.
these things. So I mean that part is once you hiked enough to get to that point, right? But the first part is just hiking, just going up with all your stuff and the poles and everything. But by the way, this whole thing started at 1 a.m. Okay, because the group I was in, like, oh yeah, we got a summit by like 10 a.m. So we got to start at 9, and we only had a 1-day permit, so you got to do it all within 24 hours.
That's terrible.
So we start, and I did try to do some stretches before and all of that. I went on the water, that like cold plunges, because there's a river right there. So I did cold plunge. I did the whole
At
thing.
1 a.m., you're doing a cold plunge at this point?
No, the plunges were like
One day before.
the evening before,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
like
nice.
at 5 p.m. or whatever. So we're all ready, for this thing. I mean, kind of ready. So everybody was ready. But the pain started, like mile 1. I'm like, okay, guys, we have a walkie-talkie. And I start saying, you guys go for it. I don't want to slow you guys down. You just go for it, and I'll go at my own pace. Because they were going on a pretty fast pace, like 3 miles an hour or whatever it's called. But they were going pretty good rate. And I'm like, there's no way I can follow this
my
rate with this
oldest
pain.
son.
Oh,
Yeah,
with
our oldest
Joseph.
both
son.
the kids were with you though?
The kids, yeah.
Both-
But the kids
both.
are going at my pace. But
Okay.
then he leaves after. He's staying with me, Joseph, our oldest. But then when we get to a certain point, he went with them.
Yeah.
You're
So
so
anyways,
slow, Dad.
we start going up,
He's a
and I
runner.
say, guys, pray for me because the knee is starting to hurt. And I'm just thinking on the way down, right? Like, oh, this is going to be super painful. Like, it's just, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I just got to do this thing. I just got to go up to
you gotta get
the
there.
top of that mountain and feel like I accomplished something. So we continue to hike. Then it's like maybe like 8 a.m. And we get to just right before you got to go on the snow with the crampons and the ice axe, right? So the first part is regular hiking. So at that point, it's like, okay, put on your gear and we're going to go through the mountain. Okay, so we put on the gear. I help Dorian, our youngest, and he's younger, so it's a little more clumsy with like these whole things, like how do you put them on? And so it takes a little bit more time. So I'm like, you guys go for it. We'll be right behind you. And Joseph at this point has the radio, and he's going up on the snow. He's like, Dad, just make sure, like every step you take, like make sure you're solid, because it just keeps getting steeper and steeper. It's just climbing this mountain. It's just like vertical stuff. And so just make sure you're like, tell Dorian, like, don't make another step before like, you're solid. So, okay, yeah, we got it. So we start going up. They just leave us because they're going faster. And then Dorian is just getting scared. And when I look back at him, he's like a few feet behind me. And I'm like, wow, this little kid is scared. Like, he can't make the next step. He's just like trying to hold on to this axe and trying to make the next step.
My poor
I'm
baby,
like-
he's so skinny.
Yes. And I'm like, this is pretty dangerous. Maybe I'm putting him in danger. And I'm thinking, oh Lord, like, I just want to summit this mountain, right? I want to go to the top. But then there came a moment where I just felt like, maybe I shouldn't be doing it. I just got to turn around with Dorian, right? And in that moment, Dorian says something. He's like, Dad, you know what keeps me going? Like, it's not so much to think about the destination, but what keeps me going is to look back and seeing how far we've come.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, and I mean, you're on the top of this mountain and you're looking at
how old
the
is he?
view.
14.
He was 13 back at that point. So you look at the sun rising,
Yeah.
you look at this mountain, you're on the snow, you're doing this hard thing, and you're like, wow, you're right. Like, it's been hard to get to this point, right? I'm like, that's cool, Dorian. And then in that, that moment, I was just wrestling. And I'm like, okay, like, God, if I need to turn around, maybe this is the time to turn around. So I'm going to ask Dorian, like, what do you want to do? Do you feel like we should turn around? So the moment that just thought passes through my head, like I'm on my knees on this mountain, instantly, I just feel like something on my knee click. Just like a click, like, I don't know. It wasn't like a loud click, but I felt it inside of me, like fell in place. And I was
Wow.
wow, like God healed my knee.
So for me, it was like he was
Yes.
having grace for my Dorian. And God was like, okay, I'm going to heal you because you did it. I feel like
Yeah.
It was
your
so
obedience.
And it was immediate.
immediate, like instant. And I've known, like, okay, God can heal people, and like Like I've known of cases, right?
But you are the case now.
Now I'm the case, and I never experienced that myself. Well, it's like,
And it just clicked like that.
It was like that, like instantaneous. Like the pain just went away like that, and I was like, I was just mind blown.
And
right?
never came back.
It never came back. And I knew the guys were praying for, like I told the guys when we started, like, pray for me. And the night before we pray with the kids, like, Lord, please help my dad with his knee and like all of that. But in that moment, it was just like gone. No
what did
pain.
You think when it clicked like that?
I just thought it was, I don't know. What did I think? That's a good question. So what I thought is, I'm going to tell Dorian, God, heal my knee. What I thought to say was like, I can't believe this, Dorian. God, heal my knee. But I didn't want to say, I can't believe it, because I knew it was him.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to put the word, I can't believe.
Right.
Because I'm like, no, like I believe it, because God is good and God is real and God healed my knee.
Yes.
So there's no way I can say, I can't believe it. So I just told Dorian straight up, like, Dorian, God healed my knee.
Wow.
This is awesome.
And what did he say?
He's like, really? Like, wow. Like, he was just like, I guess just like, wow, that's super cool. So then I, like, knowing he healed my knee, I told Dorian, what did you want to do? I saw some people like going down the mountain. Some of them were like sledding down on the snow, which that's another part of the story. It's crazy because it just looks gnarly. Like you can die if you do that. But
wait, you just heard it click.
Yes.
You just felt it click. Like,
yeah.
Did you hear anything, or did you just feel it?
So at that point, I'm just like, okay, God healed my knee. Like that was evident because the pain was gone. So I'm like, this is cool. Like it's awesome. Like God is real. But then I guess in hindsight, I know exactly what happened. But as I'm telling you, I'm not telling you what happened in hindsight. I'm just telling you how I experienced it, right? Yeah. So I said, Dorian, it's your choice. Do you want to go back, turn around, or should we try to go up on these rocks? Because I saw some other people coming down on the rocks instead of on the snow. So I'm like, okay, if they can come down on the rocks, we can clearly go up on the rocks.
Yeah.
Right? And then Dorian's like, yeah, I think we can do it on the rocks. So we veer into the rocks, we rest, because anything you do on the mountain, it takes so much energy, right? At this point, you're at high altitude, so everything is just like, every move you make, it just takes so much out of you. So we rested on this rock. We're looking at the view. It's just awesome times. It's just me and him. And we're eating. Wow. And at that point, I thought, okay, this is clearly like God just wants me to spend time with Dorian, right? So I'm just going to go at his pace and we'll be okay. So we eat. Then, okay, Dorian, we got to climb on this rock. So we climb. It's called like scrambling, right? So you just go on scrambling on the rocks. Now I know it's called like C4 climbing.
Oh, nice.
Right? Which is that's like semi-exposed, but you don't need ropes, right?
That's crazy.
So we're doing this thing, and then Dorian is just, because I know he climbs rocks, right? So I'm like, he can do it.
Yeah. Wild.
He's wild. So he's doing it, and I have like a little picture to remind me to show you at the end where you can see him like going on these things, on these rocks. So we get to the last rock right after, I don't know how long it took, like 40 minutes or something. And then there's nothing but snow to get to the top of this part. So I'm like, okay, Dorian, we got to put on the metal things again on our feet and do the axe. And it just looks really steep. And at this point, like when you look back, it looks like you can die if you don't do it right, because you're all the way up on this crest. So I'm like, Dorian, we're just going to look in front of you. Don't look to the right. Don't look to the left. Don't look down. Just look right in front of you and make one step. Make the other step. Bury your axe. And let's do that until we get to the top of this part. So I'm like screaming at him, and then I posted that on Facebook later on a Whitney group, and everybody's telling me all the things I did wrong. You're not supposed to scream. Yeah. You're not supposed to go on the rocks. You're not supposed to start with an injury. Like all these things, So I'm like, wow, now I know. But anyways.
Yeah.
So we're doing this thing. Dorian, right foot, left foot, axe, right foot, left foot, axe. And then we make it to the top. We're super tired. Dorian just feels like he did like the hardest thing he's ever done. He's just resting. And I'm just super proud, like, wow, Dorian, like this was just so fun. I mean, it's an adventure. It's been the best time of our lives. And then, so we rested for like another 30 minutes because we're super exhausted. And then we start walking to the summit. And then the guys are radioing us like, hey guys, we're going back from summit. We'll meet you like midway and we'll talk about, what to do, right? So we're walking and then Dorian is just walking like super slow because there's this thing called mountain sickness where it just makes you really slow, right? It's just like your brain is not getting all the oxygen and all of that. So he was just walking like barely, right? I'm like, okay, Dorian, like as long as you keep walking, I don't mind if we keep just walking slowly, but we got to get there, right? So we keep walking. We're like 1.5 miles away from the summit, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot.
Yeah, especially the elevation climb.
Yeah, that elevation. Oh yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I don't have the pain of my knee anymore, right? So that's one of the reasons I could do the scrambling because with the pain, there was no way I could have like gone on these rocks doing like bending my knee and all of that. And I told the guys on the radio, like, God heal my knee, like all these things, right? So anyways, we meet him. And then one of them is a firefighter. The other guy is like a pro snowboarder and photographer. And then they're like, Beto, I think we should turn around. You should turn around with us. Like, this is a huge accomplishment for you and Dorian already. And Joseph summited with them, our oldest. He went up with them. So it's like you guys did something awesome, Yeah. I'm like, oh, but I feel good, but Dorian, I don't think he can make it. All right, guys, you're right. Let's turn around. So we turn around and then Dorian starts crying.
Oh.
Right? And Dorian is like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dad. I know it was my fault. I slowed you down. It was because of me. I know how much you wanted to go to the top of that mountain. And I know how much it meant to you, like 20 years in America. And you wanted to do this. Oh, I'm so... And he's just hugging me. I'm hugging him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Dorian, like, don't cry. I mean, I just told him, Dorian, this was the best day of my life. Having fun with you on that like snow chute, we did the hardest thing we've ever done. Like I've never done something that hard in my life. I've done hard things, but I feel like that tops it, and doing it with you is like, it was the best time of my life.
Wow. And
in that moment, it was like the revelation. I just felt like it was a revelation from God. Like, it's not about the destination.
Right, 100%.
It's about looking back and seeing how far you've come.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then Dorian's words just became like, I just took him, wow, God spoke to me on the mountain.
Yeah.
And he means that I need to look back and see in these 20 years what he's done in our lives.
Wow.
What a great story.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I'm like, whoa. And then it's tied to, it has a little bit more, but I haven't told you that part and I can tell you like off camera. But I'm like, okay, so those 20 years means, God has brought me through this journey for a reason and a purpose. And part of that, I feel like, wow, we wouldn't have started like the Christian podcast if we wouldn't have gone through like all the struggle of 20 years. Because Mili knows, right? And you don't know a lot of our story, but it's been like struggle after struggle for like 20 years in all the areas, like financial area, like all of the areas. And then I just felt like, oh, wow, God, I feel like you want me to pursue this thing like 100%. Like this is the journey you have me on. So coming down from the mountain, we went down on the snow. It was epic. It was super cool, super dangerous. But then no pain.
Wow.
All the way down. We started at 1 a.m. We came back at camp at 6 p.m. So it was like 15 hours of just like walking. No pain on the way down.
Wow.
No pain whatsoever. I was telling my kids, like, remember last week how much pain I was in, like going back from the other mountain we did, and how much I was complaining. Like I was like, oh, just like I just couldn't, like my leg was just like a stick. And on this coming down, Then like, have I complained once that it hurts? They're like, nope. I'm like, it's God healed me. It's so cool. I'm tired, like it didn't take away like
Everybody else.
right.
Yeah.
But I was just going down with them, chun, 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 step by step. And then as we came down, then it was just kind of like evident, like, okay, God, like you have something with this Christian podcast. And I talked to the pastor at this church where we're recording right now. And then he showed us rooms and stuff. And then God just opened the door to be here. And we just felt like, Mili, I think this is what we got to pursue. And then now Mili, like we're having like podcaster after podcaster, like come in and record the content. God opened the doors, not only to the building, to the space, but really like economically, I feel like, wow, Mili, like people are signing up and I just see it's almost like ka-ching, like somebody sign up, ka-ching, somebody sign up, ka-ching.
Yeah.
And then Mili, this fulfills Mili, like she loves doing this because she loves
was
helping
my word?
people.
Remember?
Stability.
Then you have it.
Yeah.
Because we're one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I had a big process too. And my God was like, God, it's like this, anemical, like with the finances, like I just want to be stable with you, But I found the key to be stable. I found the key, and a lot of people will understand if they practice that. And is to have a moment to fast and pray and be thankful. No matter what is your circumstance, being thankful is the key.
Powerful.
Is the key for the stability. Yeah. Because God's business is to make us whole. But when we walk in this life with a victim mentality, He can work to us. He can do nothing. Nothing. So it's been a beautiful process. And before we were doing a podcast and I told people, it's easy. It was not easy. No. To be in the struggle, it's not easy. For so many years, 20 years, struggling, it's not easy. But the only thing we need to do be constant. Proverbs 14 say, your work is good. You need to keep working, right? But if you say and don't do it, you're going to be poor your whole life.
Right.
It's like, wow, what we have right now, for me, this is huge. But we work so hard. Well, it's not free. We don't pay rent, right? Yes. But we work for His kingdom. We love people. We serve people.
You do.
This is who we are. We love to serve.
Mili, I really think that is such a key, is to just keep going. There's that saying that says, when you're going through hell, don't stop. Like when you're in the when you're in the grit of it, don't stop there, because it's like it could be just the next step you take and the knee will kick into place. You didn't know when that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to happen.
Just
At all, yeah. I didn't know it was going to happen.
And
even to
sometimes
begin
that's what you got to do, is just keep going. One more, like you told your son, let's just do one more step. One step at a time. And I mean, you guys have really done that, because I saw where you were last year and where you are look at this place. Look at you guys. You're amazing. That is amazing. What a vision.
Yes, all that coming back to the vision event. When you said, "Oh, I'm doing this again," I'm like, sign me up, like 100%. I feel like out of the vision event came the word radical. And I'm like, I got to do, to me, like going to the mountain was like, okay, if in 20 years I haven't been able to go back to Mexico to like my happy place, well, I'm going to try what's been offered to me, this mountain here in America. And I'm going to be radical and attempt to go to the top. And I didn't, but I feel like in a sense, like, I mean, that wasn't the point, right?
What do you guys think, since you went to it last year, how did you go into the event, and then how, like after the event, what was it about that helped you, like immediately? How did you go into it? Because you didn't know really anything about it. We had just talked about it briefly, right?
I think to me it was like the clarity, like the one word to me that was okay. I can hold on to this word.
The word
and I
was
knew
key.
the word was key, and then the fact that it's like a year, right? So
Right.
I knew, okay, for this year, this is my word. Next year, I don't know.
So the
But
time limit.
the
knowing
time
it was a
limit,
year.
it's helpful, yeah, because it's like, okay, this year, I'm gonna fast 7 days. No, because your word is radical. You're gonna fast 21. Okay, right?
Everything's
And then
radical.
The mountain. This is like the highest peak in the continental U.S. Okay, that sounds radical. I think I gotta go to this thing.
Yeah.
Right?
But guess what I did? I read the Bible in 8 months.
You read the Bible in 8 months?
In 8 months, plus I have a Bible study. So I'm reading other books besides that. And plus all the podcasters we have here. So I feel like I've been fed a lot. And that gives me stability too. To have knowledge, it's so important. To educate yourself, so important. Because especially when you read the Bible and you believe what everything is right, it's so alive and it's so real to me that it's one verse of the Bible that just click. They say that when you have God, you have everything. And like, he is in the business of healing and make you whole, but he's in the business of give you everything you need.
Yeah.
And I think it's in Philippians 4, but he say that basically that everything we have is in him.
Yep.
Everything we need is in him. And that is so much peace. Okay, Lord, I have everything. Even if I don't have food in my table, I have everything. And I'm thankful. And God asked me to do things like crazy. For example, the money issue, it's recently, okay? We learn how to live by faith every day. So I cook and I don't have anything else in my fridge and no money. And God is asking me to go with my neighbors and feed them. But Lord, this food can be for my kids for tomorrow. I need to make lunch. But if I don't do it, if it's really you and you're asking me this, it's disobedience. And you don't like disobedience. Okay, I'm doing it. So I go and give the food to my neighbors. And I feel so good. So next day, they knock my door. And they give me $500 of gift cards for food at the next day. And I'm going out to shop for food with my $40 I have. For a family of 5, here where we live in Orange County, that's not enough. Okay, every time I go to the store just to buy milk and eggs,
Yeah.
it's $80.
Yeah.
And I'm not buying, it's just for one day, It's so expensive. One apple, almost $2. Are you kidding me? So guys are eating bananas your whole life. My poor kids, they're going to turn like a monkeys. Because that's what I can afford. And they love it. We love it. Like I do smoothies. I just change the flavor with vanilla, with chocolate, right? But that's the beauty. God just wants our obedience, our work. I work hard to cook. Yes. And we need to give. And it's a huge blessing, Then my neighbors text me, Mili, that's the best soup. That's the best shrimps. Or that's the best, whatever, right? And it's people that they don't cook. They're elderly.
Oh.
They don't cook. In their generation, they just they learn how just to buy the packages and put on the microwave. So sad, because it's a generation that start selling them product.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
us in our generation is different. You know, like our kids are gonna live longer because now we consume organic, and you know, we don't buy a lot of shell things. I don't know.
Oh yeah. The Trader Joe's pizzas are just too good to pass up sometimes.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Oh, boy.
I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
When I'm like super busy, I just gonna give them a treat to my kids, and it's good. The margarita,
Yeah.
delicious, and doesn't have a bad ingredients. They're from Italy. All that pizza.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that,
I
well, then there you
learned
go.
how to read labels. You know, like yeah, but my life is a testimony. Like every day is a miracle in our lives.
Wow.
Every day.
This place is a testimony.
This
too.
place is a miracle. Yeah, people who comes
This whole last year, like going from the other studio, not that was that was a great studio too, but then it doubled. Everything's doubled this year. Double the size, double the everything is doubled.
double the
Cameras
lights.
are new.
Double the lights, double the cameras.
Yeah, definitely double the cameras.
Even we're not drinking for a plastic bottle. You know. You
Oh, I know.
I know. These are, look at this. This is
It's so
super
nice. It really is. Yeah. Well, I was just.
That is good.
God is good. I feel like sometimes too. This morning, Riley and I were letting our dogs out. We have a little. You guys met them last time. Remember our dogs?
They were on the podcast.
They were
actually.
on the podcast.
Oh, you brought them?
I brought them to the podcast.
They're so good.
Well, you guys, you're dog lovers too. Well, anyway, this morning we let one of our old dogs out. His name's Marshmallow, and he was trying to come in the wrong way. He was just kept looking in the grass. He wouldn't come in, even though the door was wide open.
Well, there were two doors. There's one that's closed and then one that's open right next to it, you know, kind of like those double doors. And he was just standing outside the one that was closed, like waiting for it to be opened. You know, he's getting old.
He's
and
getting
like,
old, and
that's why.
But I
He
feel
can't
like
hear
that's how we are sometimes. It's like we're so adamant we want to get in through the closed door, and God's saying, "No, I have this open door. I want to show you it, and I have this better way, or I have this bigger studio." But we just want to do it our way, and I just like that.
Or we have fear.
Or we don't want to. Yeah, we have fear. We don't want to switch to the open door because we know this door better.
You know, the unknown. What is going to happen? We were afraid.
Right.
Because how about if my pastor doesn't like the idea? We work for the church. He opened the doors for us to be there. It's going to be like, oh, so you're going to another building? To another church? What that means, right? And we were afraid. I was afraid, like, to make him feel bad, or like, I don't know, like was crazy. But I thought, okay, if he say yes, so it meant to be for us. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And he was like, I support you. Go ahead. Now look at the blessing. Now the old studio, still a studio, but now it's a music studio.
Oh.
And my son, who is in Pacifica, Joseph, 16-year-old, sophomore, he is performing on a band with 7 kids.
Oh, I think I
7
saw
kids.
that. Yeah. And you're a performer too,
performing
right?
now, probably.
Yeah.
Pacifica.
Aren't you? a music
I'm the
leader?
guy behind the scenes now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's so good at the guitar. I'm like, Joseph, you keep it up. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I mean, I play guitar. Like I'll play tonight at church, but no, he's getting to another level. Like he really, practices and puts the discipline to get better. So he's bringing like a group of like 8 kids to the old studio to practice. So they were there like last night for like 4 or 5 hours. Like a lot. I mean, these kids really put the time.
So we're
do it.
building a different atmosphere now because it's more for the youth. And I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So happy for them,
Well, and that is another thing is that your vision transcends yourself. You can't see it at the time, but you're building something and it's going to go on to your kids. Like even music. I mean, the fact that you started or the studio, who knows maybe this will even be bigger.
This is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning.
You know what's the hard part? When God removes people from your life, to continue. And I was like, no, I love this person. That's not for you. And he removed, it's so painful because when you pass to another levels, he is going to put people in your life to help you to do that. But I'm so thankful that the Bible, it's so available for me because the knowledge, just to read people, to understand where they at, it's like, now what I'm going to do with this?
Yeah.
Because I can see where they at. I know their struggles without them telling me. So this, I know it's coming. Before I will say, oh, I have common sense. A lot of people don't have common sense nowadays. And now, like, it's not me. It's the Holy Spirit who's showing me things to pray for them, to help them, or kick them out of my life. Because sometimes that people can be like, ¿cómo se dice? Blocking me. Blocking me to do his job for his kingdom. So I need to remove that. And actually, I was telling people what they saying, with the Paul was writing his letters to Corinthians, right? To the church of Corinthians. And they was like, guys, how you want me to show with you? With a stick or with love? Please, how you allow to a younger man sleeping with the mother-in-law, and the rest, they're sleeping with prostitutes. You guys need to kick them out of the church because they're like just, what happened when you add just to the flour?
Flour.
That's how we make delicious sourdough. And I was eating so much, I gained so much weight because of that. Yes.
See? Yeast is
You
simple.
look great.
And we don't do that. We're afraid to do that. And we said, I love him so much. Oh, it's because we love them. And I thought, give me love, God, to tell them what is going on. And say, like, excuse me, but we can work together. It's a tough one. And I need to face that and fix that. Because what God wants for us, I have the key already. It's in me. It's to open the heavens. And when that happens, it's not just to bless me. It's for blessing others. It's not for me. And it's so powerful. And I can't wait to be at your event because I know I'm going to find out what he has for me. When you're available, when you are, it's a word that we don't like that. We're slaves for him.
Oh, Riley and I were just talking about slavery.
It's crazy. We don't like the word.
We're all a
We
slave.
don't
We're all slave to someone or something.
That's like, one friend told me, oh, I'm a slave of this guy because I own him so much. It's like, oh, so scary. I don't want to be a slave to no one. To no one. Not to money, not to people, not to the devil, not to power, not to money. Oh, like, but you, Lord, I'm your slave and take me because that gives me so much life and purpose. And everybody who comes and does podcasts in this place, basically is the message. I tried everything. I did everything. Women's, men's, like I've been successful. I have all this money. I have all these women. I have everything I want. I have my own jet. I have my own plane. A lot of women, a lot of everything. And I was not happy. So many people I met. Like, wow. The only thing that fulfills us is God. It's His love. So I'm in.
Yes. Yeah. So tell us about.
She's always so passionate about everything.
Yeah,
but
100%.
I love how you love Jesus. You just radiate Jesus. You always.
And I feel like I just met him.
It's your it's your gift. It really is your gift. But as my dad says, he says that anyone who can do this kind of thing, you have the gift of gab.
Gap?
What is that?
Gab, like talking. A lot of people can't talk, talk openly once the camera's on them. But you do it.
Guess what?
What?
The Lord told me, you're a preacher. And I don't know. I'm in. I'm telling you. I'm here for you. I'm your servant. Next day, somebody reached out to me. Can you talk? We're going to have an event, and it's going to be 100, like a woman's. So I show up, and the event was full. It was like around 100 women's in the event. And I was preaching. And this was so fast.
You're preaching today. You don't need an event. You got it.
right?
Yeah.
I preach.
Yeah.
But in
just
front
put the
of
microphone
people?
in front of it.
I was telling your
not.
son.
Yeah.
I was telling Riley, that's so hard. It's my first time, and so much to learn, because to talk in front of the cameras with you, that's the easy job. It's that's natural. I love it. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. Nothing. But having them in front of me,
It's different.
it's different.
Yeah.
Because I was telling him, I feel like I'm super empathetic. So I can read you, and I can see, I can read your soul, your faces, your everything. So I know if you're nervous, if you're skeptical, or you're just bored. So I'm looking to all these faces, and I'm reading them. And so it's a distraction for me.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
I just love people.
Imagine
and
that's a group of 100 people.
Yeah.
Okay, this
You're
person
getting-
looks confused. So, this person is so happy. Oh, this one is crying. What you do with all that emotions?
Yeah.
And then I have my, whatever I need to say, but I went other places. It's I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
You're learning.
But I also ask in the Holy Spirit, right? You talk. So I think if I get a little bit out of the conversation was because maybe someone needs to hear that, But
Yeah.
I'm learning, but I'm excited.
Now you're a preacher.
That's what he
So
said.
you have any idea what your word for this year will be?
No, but
Do you?
that day, I don't think we need to come prepared, right?
No.
No,
You don't
I
come prepared.
Yeah, come prepared. Have a full list.
Right? Did you? What do you think of what?
But could you give us a list?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about
right?
Yeah.
And then when that's what happened for us. You give us a list, and this one pops. This is mine. That's how I took it. That's what exactly.
Okay, yeah. So tell us about what's going to happen this year. What are people? I don't know.
It's gonna be something
even the
different.
story behind starting the vision event, because I said, because of the experience I went through, I'm sign me up for the next one. I mean, what a blessing.
You're so amazing. So I had a friend when I was going through a very difficult time. My friend said, I really lost track of any vision. I didn't think God had a vision for me anymore. I just thought, I'm done. My dream's over. My family's over. And I just basically kind of gave up. And my friend, Yoli, she says, no, we're going to get some girls together, our Bible study girls, and we're going to get around the table. Oprah's making this thing called vision boards. So I said, okay, well, I guess we'll do vision boards. So it was raining that day. It was raining, and I thought, I don't want to I don't want to get dressed. You know how it's raining, and you want to be cozy in your pajamas. But she made us get dressed, go over there. She had the magazines and sit around the dining room table. And she said, we're going to make vision boards. And as we're sitting there, coming up with our word, cutting out our pictures, coming up with goals, I started to really get a vision for my life. I thought maybe God's not done with me yet. Maybe there's more. And I started thinking about, I want my kids to go to a Christian school. Maybe I should start looking into that. I want to live in Newport. I've always wanted to live in Newport since I was a little kid. Maybe I'll start looking at houses
Where were
there.
you before?
Upland.
Wow.
So I started getting all these things maybe God wants this for me. So I started just taking action, like you said, and it started happening. So that vision board turned into a reality, and I started praying for those things, which it's a vision board, but it's also a prayer board. Like you can use it and start praying in that direction. And so now I do that. I've done it for 7 years, and that's what I do is I basically do the same thing Yoli did for me. And it says where there's no vision, people perish. I think it's really hope. Like we're looking for something hopeful that we can look forward to this year. And so that's what I try to do in my vision events is I try to find the hope. Like what's your hope? What's your meaning this year? What do you want to do? What does God have for you? What does success look like for you God's way? And I have different speakers come in, as you know, and talk a little bit about the different areas of your life. Like Dr. Taryn, she comes in and talks about your wellness. Like, what ways do you want to be healthier? I have Pastor Samuel from Awaken Church come in and talk about how do you want your spiritual life to be? You want to read the Bible in a year. You want to get closer to God. You want to pray every day. You want to develop a morning ritual where, you're seeking God first. Yeah, so different speakers come in and they prompt different visions in you, right? They start prompting you to get goals on those things. And so that's what I do. And the first one's already sold out. December is sold out. We're done. Wow. And on to January. January 10th is my next one.
Could you do it, like, let's say, January sells out again? Like, when did you start the one you did with your friend Yoli?
Yeah.
7 years ago?
7 years.
No, but like, what time of the year? Was it like to cast vision for the next year, or was it?
I don't know if we just started when I started getting depressed.
It has to be more than 7 years ago, too, because that's not when everything happened, right?
Yeah, actually more than 7 years
Probably
ago.
11.
But I started doing it for other people about 7 years ago.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Well, because my divorce was 14 years and I didn't think I was going to make it.
Wow.
I thought, oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm just done. And she did that for me. So that was 14 years ago. I did my first one. I mean, I've always been a goal setter. I like to write it down and have it in front of me. But she really made me make a vision board. And I feel like there's something to it. You guys made one. I mean, you putting the pictures up there and having it in front of you. And I mean, it's very biblical, to write it down. And also getting some clarity. Like, I want this. Well, what does it look like? What exactly do you want? And asking yourself that question. And then when people started speaking into my life, that also added some clarity. When you have a group, you're doing it like even climbing a mountain and people are kind of telling you, oh, this is the way you should do it. This is the way you shouldn't do it. Or opening a studio like this. You're getting around people who know how to do it and know what to do and what not to do. And as I've been around people with vision, they've told me, okay, here's what God wants you to do. Here's what he doesn't want you to do. And I feel like the people around you almost speak the vision into you, So,
wow.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. Well, I don't know, Rai, do you have anything to add to this? Because you've been around the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't actually make a vision board. I'm kind of there to like do something techie or whatever, or like sign people in. But I think the people who do really appreciate it. And I think I've made one or two in the past. And it is just a good reminder to have your goals written out. And obviously, I don't think there's anything supernatural about it, but in my mind it is nice to have, if you have a goal and it's vague, you can always like move the goalpost, but once it's written down, it's very set in stone and it's something you kind of have to do. So that's what I like about it. And it's nice to add visuals and like talk with people and get together and say, oh, this is my goal, and then those people hold you accountable.
Right.
Like when I did like that media fast. I did like a dopamine fast
I applied that.
Yeah.
And
Oh, cool. Yeah, from that last year. But I just did this like 2 months ago, And I stopped listening to music. I stopped eating sugar. I stopped pretty much doing anything that just I felt like was bringing me an unnatural sense of pleasure. For like 30 days, and honestly my mentality was so clear. And one of the things I did to keep that accountable was I wrote down the day I had to start and the day I had to end, and I told everyone about it, because if you tell people, they're gonna ask, how's that thing going, and you don't want to have to lie and be like, oh, I've just I've been doing it, and when in reality you haven't. So it's just as nice to hold you accountable,
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
I also love coming up with a word. Like your word, radical, it keeps you accountable. Your word almost keeps you accountable. Like mine was joyful this year. And whenever I started getting down, I thought, nope, that's my ministry this year. I'm joyful. Like the joy of the Lord is my strength this year. So even when I don't feel joyful, no, God's my strength. He's my joy. And I'm going to be joyful no matter what. And so I like that you picked that word. I like that you picked, and it's fun to see how God works through your word. He gives you stories based on that word, and you can share them. They become part of your testimony.
So powerful. Wow. Yeah. So I was asking, I guess the there's one in January and one in December. It's kind of helpful when you start the year, right? Because you kind of cast vision for the year.
Yeah.
But my curiosity, I guess, question is, what if, January fills up? Is this something you think you would pursue? Like, oh, maybe I need to coach people through the year or something like that? Is that part of
last year we did add a few of them, and then I also do it personally for different churches or organizations, and they can sign up, and then we just do our own there at that ministry or that organization. And then I also do every Tuesday morning prayer from 8 to 9. So it's vision and prayer, and you can come in and we can pray over your vision board or just pray. We just pray for an hour, and we do it every month. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Cool. So it kind of continues through the year.
It continues through the year. And I test people, like, what was your word? Because some people, it gets, my assistant at the office, her vision board fell behind the shelf and she forgot her word. No. Oh, no. We can't forget our word.
Gosh.
So,
How you can do that?
no, they did forget their word.
Who was it? Was it Betty?
Yeah. Don't call her out on it. She might be mad.
Maybe she's listening right now.
Yeah, she's listening in here.
But I feel like it's good to remind yourself about that. Like, put it someplace where you can see it and you don't forget. So,
I feel like we write it in our hearts
yes, that's true.
because we didn't need to like the poster disappear. We live in such a small home. We live in a mobile home. So I don't keep things. We're 5. And I like open spaces, kind of minimalist. So I keep it for a little bit and then I throw it away.
Yep.
Take a picture and
Take a
boom.
picture of it. Yep. If you don't keep it, keep a picture.
Yeah, well, you definitely kept your word in your heart. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yours because of all the things you had to do. So,
Yeah. And now you have a story associated with it.
I know, that's
just
so
like I
cool.
was saying.
Yes. And I mean, it's still November as we're recording right now. But so I'm thinking, I mean, the year is not done. So it's still my word.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like it's still the word till like December 31st.
Yeah. So what are you going to
I might have the new word.
to be radical for the year? That's the December one, is finishing strong. Like, how are you going to finish strong? So that's my question to you guys.
I need
Wow.
to ask the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Go all out.
He already told me, that that this is just the beginning. He told me, I'm building your platform. And he told me I don't need anything because I have it all. So I'm open, for whatever he has for me. And I'm so excited to just probably read the list and see because I know pretty quickly. Like, I'm accepting who I am in Jesus to work for him. Somebody came over and he told me, you're a healer. You can heal people. And I experienced that already, like 3 times in this year. It's not my power. But if we believe, right, that we have the Holy Spirit, God told his disciples, it's better if I go.
Because you're going to do greater
one I'm
things.
going to send you is you're going to do better things that I did.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that I have the power to heal in people? What I'm not doing that?
What did he say? He said, you shall lay hands on
Obedience.
the sick, and they shall be healed.
But he wants my obedience.
Yes.
If you're not listening to me, how I'm going to keep talking to you? Just obey me, and I will prove you who you are in me.
Mili, last week I had like a panic attack or an anxiety attack, and I called my friend to pray for me. And he said, I want you to just sit still for 15 minutes and just let God speak. Sometimes I feel like that's the answer. Just sit still. Just sit still for 15 minutes. Don't you think? Let him speak to you.
Or go for a walk. Go in nature.
Yeah.
He will talk. Yeah.
He really does.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I really love this podcast and I love what you've done. I love your vision. I could see it like playing out now, and he is using you in a mighty way. And this is amazing. Next year it's going to be triple the size.
I don't know.
You never know.
Never know.
Radical.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's great. Like I can't wait to be there. Like when you said there was, January or December, I'm like, I want to be there on December so I can like have my word starting the year.
And we'll fast. We're gonna fast.
Yeah, you're gonna
we're
do your
gonna start
Oh, no.
January.
You're gonna join us?
Yeah, right.
January
Maybe
that
you
will be
right?
I don't know if I could function for that long.
cool.
Anything-
Anything else you want to say?
I think we're good. I think
Yeah?
we covered it all. Thank you so much for having
Yeah.
us. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
We love it.
This was amazing, and I love your studio.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
It's your studio,
A blessing.
Thank you.
by the way. Mi casa es tu casa.
Gracias.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.